Telecom TV.
Telecom TV, where ICT
You're
connects.
watching Telecom TV. Hello, this is Telecom TV. My name is Martin Warwick. We're here at CommunicAsia in Singapore. It's hot out there, but it's nice and cool in here, and I'm joined by Ronen Naishtein, who is the VP Sales for Asia Pacific region with QualiSystems. Ronen, welcome. Let's begin at the beginning. I don't know anything about QualiSystems. What do you do?
Okay. Thank you for hosting us here, and I'm really glad to be here.
You're very welcome.
QualiSystems is a software company. We're a global company with a presence across the state, here in EMEA, and we, as a strategic investment, we really build up our operation here in Asia Pacific. We opened just lately our headquarters in Singapore, and we expanded our footprints across the rest of the Asia Pacific. What we do, actually our solution called Test Shell, and the name implies what we're doing is very strong test automation platform and lab management. The solution is come from a growing pain from our customer that they see that there is a huge complexity in their network, in the services they provided, in the devices that they're generating, that today manual work cannot do the job. And that's where we come up with a full end-to-end automation to support them. And the value of company that being able to deploy our solution come into the area of reducing the testing time, reducing the testing cost, and improving the product quality, which means give them a hedge in this competitive world.
Okay, good answer. Why is the complexity in the network and increasing to such an extent? Is it new technologies? Is it a difference in the way consumers are using services and applications, or what?
Right, so we always witness that there is more demand for more services, for more complex services. If a mobile 10 years ago was just generating calls, today is doing everything. And in order to support them, the carriers and the network equipment manufacturers need to build up enough devices, enough services to support the demand that's coming from us as the customers.
Does that apply equally to fixed line as well as mobile?
Correct. So our solution is applied to fixed line, to mobile, actually across all the different interfaces of the customers, even set-top box, even VoIP, and so on and so forth.
So there are other companies out there. You're not alone in the world. There are others who must be your rivals and competitors. What's your USP? What do you bring to the party that nobody else can or does?
Okay, this is a very good question, actually. Thank you for that. Actually, we are the only company in the marketplace that provide really end-to-end test automation and lab management, starting from the lab and resource management that will help company build up their topology, their testing topology, their monitoring topology, moving into resource allocation, scheduling, and then help them take all their manual work that they're doing today and create them in very, very easy way, very robust way, with integration with any type of test equipment that they have, whether it's a TNN, test and measurement, whether it's a traffic generators, and so on and so forth, in very, very easy way, kind of drag and drop, and build the scenario, build the regression, and execute them on 24/7 to reduce really the testing time, and analyze the result throughout an online dashboard, which can really provide you the relevant result and the relevant information for you to make decision what will be the next step.
So what about, what effect does this have on your customers? Does it, for example, do they get a quicker return on investment? Do they shorten time to market? Does it make life easier?
Right. So what we have witnessed and what we heard from our customer, that they're really seeing a huge value from our solution. We have been chosen by many of tier 1 customers throughout the world, throughout carrier, throughout network equipment manufacturer, chipset companies, to really help them in their testing challenges. And the value that we're hearing from them is actually they've been seeing an ROI, return on investment, in 3 to 6 months from the moment of deploying the solution. And it comes in the idea of really shortening time to market, which means reducing the testing effort by at least 50% and reducing the cost of it, of doing this testing, for about 40%. And all of this while improving the quality and the consistency that they getting out of our solution. As a very good evidence out of it is our repeated business. Most of our customers keep on consuming our technology on a quarterly basis, and our technology become kind of a core and instrumental into their testing processes and really a core system to make them successful.
Who's your target audience? You mentioned tier 1 operators around the world. Is it tier 1, tier 2 and cascading, or are you just at that top level?
Okay, so the nice about our solution, it can support companies from small, and while they grow, this is flexible solution can grow as the companies grow. Our target audience is the network equipment manufacturers, whether it's a tier 1 or tier 2, whether it's a small startup company that we have, or whether it's the big one, the big guys like Cisco, Juniper, and so on and so forth. Where there's a carrier that really doing the end-to-end testing, they're taking all the equipment for the network equipment manufacturer and building up infrastructure and testing it, or whether it's the chipset manufacturers like Broadcom, Qualcomm, Marvell, and so on and so forth, that doing the testing using our solution. And the interesting things about it, that our solution is support the entire life cycle of the product, whether it's in the R&D where they do feature test level testing, whether it's in the QA and QC and production, and if it's in the operator side, whether it's in pre-production or post-production, our solution can be applied across all the life cycle.
What about, we've talked about, Ronen, about this complexity increasing. There's an awful lot of stuff out there in the market, a lot of hype and a lot of reality about cloud computing. Presumably cloud computing is yet another layer of complexity.
Right. What we have witnessed in the last 2 years or so, that the cloud computing adding additional layer of complexity, which become almost impossible for customer to perform the testing without really automation solution in place. What we even witness that even the standard and traditional enterprise IT now looking into automation, and they're coming to us more and more in order to get a solution in place and drive the value out of it.
And finally, final question to you. You've moved into Singapore, you've opened your offices here, you're looking closely at the Asia-Pacific region, that's what your job remit is. Do you see this as a major opportunity in a place where business will continue to grow?
Right. So this is a very, very good question. Actually, what we have witnessed that, complexity, as we discussed, evolve and increase. And company looking into a better way to do their business, to maintain competitive, whether it's in time to market, whether it's in cost, and whether it's a better way to do the business. So what we have witnessed that is more and more companies opening labs and R&D and QA around here, that from one end, and from the other end, a very advanced technology is being consumed here, like in countries like Korea, Japan. So really the latest and greatest technology is being consumed here. And that's why we believe the right market for us is here in Asia Pacific, and that's why as an investing or a strategic investment, QualiSystems decided to drive into this market.
Interesting stuff. Okay, thank you very much. Ronen Naishtein, pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
Telecom TV, where ICT connects.
Watching Telecom TV.